Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. This is Sweetwater's iOS update. This week on the update, I've got a synthesizer controller for your iPad that also works with your computer. It also comes with an app that's an incredible synthesizer and composing tool. And I've got a tech tip for you that's going to save you some hassles. Let's dive right in. Today I'd like to introduce you to a brand new product from Akai. This is the SynthStation 49 production keyboard controller. And not only does it work with your iPad, it also works with your computer system for making music there as well. Now this is a full-featured controller, offers 49 keys, 9 drum pads, pitch modulation wheels. We've got a variety of controls here, transport controls, volume controls. And it's got a dock here that you slide your iPad right into. There's a dock connector on this end that you mount into, so it supplies power to your iPad when it's plugged in. It also carries audio connections, so there's a headphone jack back here and 2/4-inch stereo audio outs as well. Now you can adjust the angle of the screen so you can lay it down flat or you can bring it up. And it also connects by USB to your computer, so you can use it as a controller there as well. But it's when you use it with your iPad that you can really take advantage of all the features because it comes with the SynthStation app as well. The SynthStation app gives you full control. It's basically a full music production center for you. It has a polysynth, 2 mono synths, and a drum section in it. With the transport controls, we can do sequencing right in this, so if we hit the button, so we have transport controls here for what's going on in the sequence in the app. We also have octave up and down, so we can access the full range of keys. We can switch between songs. We can switch between sequences. We can access the individual parts, the drums, the poly, the mono synths, and we also can change programs in the synthesizer as well. So with these controls, you basically can manage what's going on here. Now within the app we have several screens that we work from. The one we're looking at here is the performance screen. We can see that we've got the drum pads, we've got the polysynth, the mono synths, we've also got the keyboard there and some basic controls. We also have a drum edit screen here with our 9 pads and a basic mixer on the bottom there. We have a synth edit screen where you can get in and really tweak the sounds to your satisfaction there. And then we have a grid edit screen where we can compose our sequences and put our songs together. And of course you can join sequences together to create complete arrangements. There's also a utility screen which allows us to bounce down to stereo. The tap tempo is there, a variety of other features as well. If you're looking at being able to use your iPad as a production station for creating beats, making songs, creating arrangements, this is really a great way to go. It has all the control you need, the app is very powerful, and when you're done, again, you can plug it into your computer and use it as a MIDI controller there. I really like the SynthStation 49. I think it's a powerful device that offers a ton of bang for the buck. Sometimes when you're working with an iOS device every day, you can start to forget about the really obvious things, the obvious little things that can trip you up. It happened to me the other day. What happened was I had my iPad, I took it out of its case, and when I pulled it out, the screen wasn't rotating. It was locked so that it stayed in the same location. And of course, the first thing that went through my mind was that my iPad was broken and I had to get it fixed. But what had happened is, there's a switch on the side here. When you slide that down, it locks the rotation of the screen. And because it's so close to the volume control, I had accidentally slid that switch when I was adjusting the volume and locked the screen in place. Now there actually are 2 functions to that switch that you can switch between. If you go to Settings, call up General, and down here on Use Side Switch, we've got Lock Rotation, which is where it's set now. When you slide that switch, the screen will be locked in place. When you turn it sideways, it won't change. But you can also switch it to Mute, and that can be very useful when you're using your iOS device for making music. Now when you slide the switch down, the sound is muted. The output is muted from the iOS device itself. If we slide that back up, the sound will start up again. And of course we can change it back to lock rotation if we like as well. So there actually are some extra uses for that side switch, but it's something to be careful of when you're adjusting the volume controls on the side of your iPad. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater's iOS update. Be sure to tune in next time for more tips, hardware, and apps for making music with your iOS devices. I'm Mitch Gallagher.